Hey guys, today I'm going to give you a quick little tour around my 21st Century Learning website. On my website, I have all of the links to the different pages are at the top. So we have my introduction, my philosophy of education, my blog, the 3 tools that I'm going to talk about today, and then a summary over the entire project. So with my 21st Learning website, it is a tool for any coworker or educator that wants to learn a little bit more about some resources that they can use in their technology in their instruction. The first page is all about me. It gives a little bit of insight into how many years I've been teaching and my teaching career. This is my 9th year of teaching, but I'm currently a remote teacher. Also, just a little picture of me and my dog Coda. We were kayaking over the summer. And then at the bottom, just a few more little tidbits about myself and what I like to do. So that's all about me. Then the next page is my philosophy of education. Throughout the years, my philosophy has definitely changed a little bit, but overall, I do believe that it is my job as an educator to create challenges for students, for them to become successful thinkers and problem solvers, and to overall be a good person in their community and their society. So there's my philosophy of education. The next one is a link to my blog. I really enjoyed creating this blog, and I will definitely keep it up to date. It has a lot of sources on social tools and tools that you can use, either using augmented reality or creating charts or videos that you can use in your classroom. So that is a link to my blog. The next tab is the first tool that I'm going to talk about, which is Storybird.com. This is a great tool to use to help to integrate visuals into students' writing. So there's an overview. I created a video that has directions on how to upload it to Google Classroom. There's some guidance for troubleshooting anything, advice for assessment, guidance for including all students, and then a teacher feedback form for any feedback that you have while using Storybird. The next tab is for Flipgrid, another tool that I also really like to use in class. It is a way for students to create videos that go along with different discussion questions. Here is a video on how to integrate Flipgrid into your classroom using Google Classroom, or if you're a Microsoft Teams building. Again, just guidance for including assessment strategies, best practice, and then a feedback form for any information that you would like to give me based off of your use of the tool. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is Quizlet. Quizlet is a free online studying website that has flashcards, practice quizzes, games, and other different skill sets for students to learn vocabulary that they might be using in their classrooms. There's a video on how to use Quizlet in your classroom, advice for assessment, troubleshooting, including best practice, all of the things, and then a link to Quizlet at the bottom. At the bottom of each one of my pages is a link to the tool that you can use. And the last tab is my summary. It talks about the inventory of what different technology resources I have here in my district. We are very fortunate because we do have a makerspace, and in that makerspace we do have a 3D printer. We also have Ozobots, which are robots that students can use color coding to manipulate, and then Bbots, which use coordinate grids to move. So we do have a lot of very cool technology that we can use in our classrooms here in my building. And then just talking with my peers, some needs that they feel that they have towards technology, and overall just being a little overwhelmed with so much technology that they need more guided instruction. And that it is. That is it. So that is a quick little view of my 21st Century Learning website.